Hi everyone, this is Jed Shlackman. I'm a spiritual energy healer and holistic counselor, and for this particular video I'll be speaking about balance, really the challenge of finding balance in the midst of a reality filled with polarities. And polarities really exist everywhere in every aspect of life, from our physical body up into our mental and spiritual dimensions. So we can see some common examples of polarities that I've placed on the whiteboard behind me. So you have male and female, masculine and feminine polarities, hot and cold or temperature polarities, dark and light. We have intellect, and we have emotion or intuition. We have giving and we have receiving. In the sphere of politics and government, you have people identifying as liberal or conservative. So if we look anywhere in life, we're likely to find some form of polarization that's present. And the polarities, in a sense, exist as contrasts to one another, and also as complementary elements of life and creation. So one needs the other in that context. Male needs or requires female as its complementary opposite. Together they create new life. We notice that. Hot and cold. Well, how would you know something is hot unless you had another form of temperature that we're calling cold as a contrast to it? Dark and light. Well, light wouldn't know itself as light unless there was something that created some darkness or shadow. With intellect and emotion, those are also contrasts, so there are different ways that people function in the world, how they perceive life and reality. So you can use your mind more, or you could use your heart more, so to speak. And we get a more full experience of life when we're able to work with both, to use each of those when they're most helpful or valuable. In life, there's also giving and receiving. You wouldn't be able to give something unless there was someone who was there to receive it. And vice versa, you wouldn't have an experience of receiving something unless there's someone who's giving something. In the realm there of politics with liberal and conservative, those are also complementary ways of looking at various issues or situations that we encounter in our world. So people can look at it from one side of the situation or issue, or from the opposite side of the situation or issue, and then they place those perspectives into these different labels. Now, if we look at life overall, we'll see that it's common for people to go very deep into alignment with one polarity or another. So, using the intellect and emotion example, there are some people who very highly value using the intellect and applying it in how they relate to life and their endeavors in the world. Some of those people may actually look down upon those who are more emotionally oriented. They may think that it's a weakness to use your feelings to guide you through life. And conversely, people who are very sensitive and emotions oriented will often look down upon people who are kind of hyper intellectual. So it's easy to start to look down upon the opposite polarity, to denigrate it or invalidate it, to think that there's something wrong about it, and to wish that it wasn't there, that it didn't exist, that other people weren't so immersed in that other polarity. in terms of light and dark, you'll often see people who are immersed in the light polarity wanting to completely erase the dark polarity from the world around them. So they want to completely eliminate any pain or suffering, any crime, any lying or deceit, any violence, and so on. However, if one were to exist in a reality where that wish was actually fulfilled, you might find yourself bored by the lack of contrast and the lack of challenge. So this third density or three-dimensional or four-dimensional experience provides these polarities for the adventure and the contrast that they offer, and for the amount of experience and wisdom that we gain from navigating through these polarities amid our earthly experience. So I encourage you to consider that there isn't really an absolute good or bad or right or wrong about these polarities. Certainly when they're taken to an extreme, they can create a lot of dysfunction in our lives, and we might choose to become conscious of those patterns and seek to have more balance within our own being, and to perhaps foster or inspire greater balance with other people in our surroundings. But we ultimately can't control everyone and everything around us, and reality is meant to offer a full potential of experience. So whatever one could conceive of would likely need to exist in some alternate reality. I hope that this brief discussion of polarities and the challenge of balance has given you some things to ponder. And for those that are interested in spirituality and personal growth, holistic health and wellness, I invite you to view my website, which is phinsights.com. That's phinsights.com. And you could also watch other videos I've produced on these subjects. For now, I would like to wish everyone a wonderful day. Namaste.